6.3, presentation of proclamation designating the month of March 2025 as American Red Cross Month. And it looks like Vice Chair Rasmussen will be conducting this proclamation. Oh, yeah, and Supervisor Pyska.
We invite our Red Cross partners up here. Come on up. So, proclamation designating March 2025 as American Red Cross Month in Lake County. Whereas we celebrate American Red Cross Month by recognizing the compassionate acts of people in Lake County and by renewing our commitment to lend a helping hand to our neighbors in need. Since Clara Barton founded the American Red Cross more than 140 years ago, generation after generation has stepped up to deliver relief and care across our country and around the world, bringing out the best of humanity in times of crisis. Advancing this noble mission, the volunteers and supporters who have given back through the American Red Cross California Gold Country region remain unwavering in their commitment to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of today's emergencies. And whereas their voluntary and generous contributions shine a beacon of hope in people's darkest hours, whether it is responding to a home fire in the middle of the night, providing shelter, food, and comfort during disasters, supporting service members, veterans, and their families, or saving lives with first aid, CPR, automated external defibrillator devices, and other skills. And whereas, as an organization that supports people at their most vulnerable time, the Red Cross is committed to helping Lake County families cope with increasingly frequent and intense disasters. The Red Cross Community Adaptation Program partners with hyperlocal organizations to provide essential services and make strategic investments. These efforts grow capacity and adapt the Red Cross disaster mission to help families and communities better cope with the humanitarian crisis caused by the climate crisis. And whereas together our efforts enhance the work of existing Red Cross volunteers by ensuring they are well prepared to meet community needs. This collaboration, especially through partner relationships in times of disaster, makes volunteer contributions even more impactful and strengthens the overall project. And whereas this work to uplift our community is truly made possible by those who selflessly answer the call to help whenever and wherever it is needed. We hereby recognize this month of March in honor of their remarkable service and ask everyone to join in their commitment to care for one another. Now, therefore, let it be proclaimed that the Board of Supervisors proclaims March 2025 as Red Cross Month in Lake County and encourages all citizens to reach out and support its humanitarian mission. Passed and adopted this 18th day of March 2025 and signed by the Chair of the Board, E.J. Crandall.
It is such an honor to have you here once again to celebrate you and your commitment to our community. So I know some of you have been volunteering with the Red Cross for a very, very long time, and you're maybe on your 4th email address. Is that right? I am. So, as we all know, we've relied on the Red Cross in Lake County through a multitude of disasters over the years. But what's really incredible is we have the climate adaptation team here, which we're a very select few nationwide that have a permanent full-time team embedded in our county. to do that proactive work to lessen the effects of disasters and any impacts year-round that we're seeing in our community. So I just want to make sure everyone is fully aware that we have that team here. And it's been a couple of years now. Is it this year?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years, right. So again, we had to go through a lot to get it, but we're making a difference. The resiliency hubs around the county, in preparing communities at the community level to respond to their friends and neighbors, getting them the tools to do that, making sure they have facilities that could be stood up even when the power's out. But the most critical thing that we have is the COAD, which is upstanding now, and that's community organizations active in disaster, and we didn't have that in 2015 when we started having all of our disasters, and we didn't have any blue sky time until just the last 3 years. So having the COAD, which I'm sure Shannon will be able to explain more, organizes all of our community organizations that can activate immediately when we have a disaster. And this last summer was the first time that the COAD was activated a few times. So again, I'm deeply grateful to the Red Cross for embedding this team and for all of the volunteers that always show up and always get deployed to disasters around the country.
All right. I will say a word about the COAD, Jessica. Thank you, Supervisor. The reality is, if you look at back to 1980, then you would see that in the United States, we had an average of $3 or $4 billion disasters. Last year, we had 27. The year before that, we had 28. And from 1980 to now, it has been a constant trajectory upwards. This is not unusual anymore. This is the new normal. And as these disasters increase, we don't see the capacity of national federal agencies to be able to come in and provide the support and resiliency that we need. So the goal of organizations such as the COAD, Community Organizations Active in Disaster, is to work with local partners and to remind us that we are our own saviors. We, in this community, are the ones that can make a difference for our community. And when we bind together, we are the ones, hyperlocal in this place, that are going to provide the resilient opportunities for our community to be made whole in each of these disasters as they've increased and as they continue to. So it's very exciting. In our COAD right now, we have over 35 different agencies. So we are excited that the work is happening. And Tammy actually just became the new chair of the COAD, as I pass that over to her. So we're excited that she's here. And also, I would like to introduce to Lauren Timian. Lauren is our new CDPM, that means Community Disaster Program Manager. While our team is working with local partners to increase your capacity, it's Lauren's job to make sure that our whole community is ready when disaster comes, to set up the shelters, to work with Department of Social Services. Back there, Rachel, we see you, to set those shelters up. So the last thing that I would like to say is that you too can be a volunteer in the Red Cross, either to serve here in this community when disaster happens, or when you hear news like what happened in Oklahoma this weekend, where over 40 people were killed due to the storms. So you can go to www.redcross.org and sign up as a volunteer, again, just to serve in your own community, or to go to others as others have come to us. And is there anything anyone else would like to say?
Come on down.
All right. Thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, I'd like to just give a shout out to you all for all the work you've done. I know that at the Lucerne Alpine Senior Center, when I first started out as supervisor, they had a lot of challenges when it came to that center. Just with all the help that you've provided, having the COAD meetings there, they have become a more sought out beacon on the North Shore. Anytime there's a disaster, especially the Glen Haven fire, where they were more prepared, or not more prepared, but they were more equipped. That's the word. And it's with the help of you all. So again, and then the other fires that we had, I know there was one in Clear Lake Oaks. I mean, just there's so many, but just being able to call on you, at night, and even though it's nighttime, but helping folks out. So thank you.
Our next COAD meeting is in Lucerne at the Senior Center on April 16th.
Okay, I'm on notice.
You've been invited. When we have disasters, it doesn't take one agency to help and provide the assistance that people need. People are in panic mode. People are in high anxiety. There's just a lot going on at that time. And we talk about it often during our regular days about helping our law enforcement and first responders with force multipliers. But you are the force multiplier during our emergencies. You are organized. You understand the process. I think we had to learn your process. I remember in 2015, it wasn't exactly a smooth operation, but I think our expectations were just unknown as to how we would work with the Red Cross. And I have seen it work better and better each time, unfortunately and fortunately, but have great appreciation for the work that you do and your entire team. Thank you.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to come up and speak?
Sorry to delay your photo op. I'm Rachel Dillman-Parsons, Social Services Director, and I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for all you do in our community. We are small. Social Services is tasked with sheltering, and Red Cross comes in and saves the day. Frequently, they make our job easier. So thank you. Thank you for all you do.
All right. Close public input.